Padam Namaskaram, Swami.
Namaste, namaste.
So, Namaskaram, Swami. We are
Namaste.
very, very thankful to you that
Namaste, namaste.
you are gracing once again in the auspicious day of Sri Krishnashtami and giving your glorious discourses of knowledge and the Bhagavad Gita, what you spoke in the past, and now you are explaining each and everything of essence of that Bhagavad Gita today. And we are so glad that we are be with you and thinking that we are with Lord Krishna directly himself, even now in the contemporary times. We know that you are Lord Krishna and your name itself is Sri Venugopala Krishna Murti. Means the Venu that will attract, while playing that Venu, you will attract so many people. And that attraction will always comes by the knowledge of Vedas. And your name itself shows that will attract the many of the people, Krishna, Karshati Krishna. So you are attracting all the devotees and all the souls attract the globe as well as the entire the universe. As that is why you are called as Jagat Guru. Even now, that time you given Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna only. Now you gracefully giving opportunity to all the devotees currently in the contemporary times and explaining each and every letter of that Bhagavad Gita, essence of that Bhagavad Gita. On this auspicious day of Krishnashtami, you are becoming that Murti, Krishna Murti. That Krishna Murti, you are nothing. That same name has repeated now as Krishna Murti. And we will always, with the devotion, we will call it the Datta Swami, the Incarnation, Parabrahman, yourself. And really thankful from all of you, from all the souls at your lotus feet. Once again, I am completely surrendering and putting namaskaram to you, and I'm asking, please give your gracious presence and gracious lecture and knowledge to all of us, so that enlighten us, so that you can take us into the right path, the right direction of spiritual knowledge. The entire spiritual essence of spiritual knowledge is lost. Even it was not existed before at all. Even in this, the incarnations of Datta Swami, you are clearly given each and every letter of the essence of that entire Vedas and Upanishads and all the knowledge which was available right now in the current world. And current contemporary times, you are correlated all the spiritual knowledge and establishing the peace in the world. That is the purpose you came into this world, to establish, unify all the spiritual knowledge and establish the knowledge. And by propagating this knowledge, you want to establish justice, dharma, as well as the true spiritual knowledge for the true seekers. I am requesting you, please give your excellent spiritual knowledge to all of us. On behalf of all, I request you, anybody wants any question, Swami is ready to answer all the questions, and whatever anybody they can unmute themselves, they can ask Swamiji. And Swamiji, shall I ask a Swami question?
One question.
Swami, shall I ask?
Yes.
In Krishna, this Krishna, we know that Krishna incarnation is the Paripurnatama Avatara, the embodiment of all the incarnations, the Paripurnatama. Even in Krishna's, we know that in the Krishna's, from birth to the entire incarnation, he did a lot of things, and so much of knowledge was poured on us, and so many things was he told to several people, asked us to do. It might be not for ethical way. Sometimes people are misunderstood that Krishna is deviated part of the justice. Can you tell the real essence of the Krishna's incarnation? so that people can understand his glory and so on.
Yes. The word Krishna means he who attracts people. He who attracts the devotees seeking path to God. All the devotees are attracted by Krishna. In spite of his long preaching, Duryodhana was not attracted. Duryodhana was not attracted by Krishna because Duryodhana is the incarnation of demon. So, we have to say that Krishna will attract anybody who is not an atheist. Atheists are not attracted by him. Similarly, when God Hanuman gave a long preaching to Ravana, Ravana did not listen. There is a verse saying that there are two biggest fools in this creation. Dvavimau purushau murkhau Duryodhana dashananau. The biggest fools in this world are one Duryodhana and another Ravanasura. Because why they are biggest fools? Ravana has seen God Hanuman burning the whole Lanka and killing so many demons. And Hanuman told, I am the weakest monkey in the army of monkeys of Rama. Mattah pratyavarah kaschit nasti sugriva sannidhau. I am the weakest monkey in the army of Sugriva. When such a weakest person can do so much, have killed so many demons, seeing this, Ravana still decided to fight with Rama. So he is the biggest fool. Another biggest fool is Duryodhana. Duryodhana has seen the cosmic vision, Vishwarupa, of Krishna. All fell unconscious. Even after seeing the Vishwarupa of Krishna, Duryodhana still decided to fight with Pandavas. He still wanted a war. So, Ravana and Duryodhana are the biggest fools. Now, who is the third fool in this Kali age? The biggest fool in Treta Yuga was Ravana. The biggest fool in the Dwapara age is Duryodhana. Who is the biggest fool in the Kali Yuga? The biggest fool in the Kali Yuga is atheist. Because so many incarnations of God Datta, like Shirdi Sai Baba, has shown so many miracles. Just like Krishna showed the miracle to Duryodhana, just like Hanuman showed his miraculous power to Ravana, so many miraculous powers are shown, exhibited by the incarnations of God Datta, like Sripada Vallabha, Sri Nrsimha Saraswati, then Manikya Prabhu, Akkalkot Maharaj, Shirdi Sai Baba, Satya Sai Baba, and coming Prem Sai Baba. So many. See, all the incarnations of God Datta are doing tremendous miracles. Actually, when the Kali age was going to come, all the sages went to God Dattatreya. He was also a sage, sage Dattatreya, and told him, Swami, Kali Yuga is coming. All are going to become atheists. How to handle the situation? We are worried. They told to God Dattatreya. Then what God Dattatreya replied, you know? He told, I will take care of myself, don't bother about me. You take care of yourselves. By doing sadhana, spiritual efforts, to get salvation, for your personal salvation, you do your work, spiritual work. Don't bother about me. I know how to establish myself in Kali Yuga. That was the reply given by God Dattatreya to the sages. Similarly, how he is going to establish? See, unless the policeman wears the uniform and takes a lathi in the hand, nobody will fear, nobody will respect him. Even if the DIG comes in civil dress, nobody will worry. But if a constable comes in the khaki uniform, everybody will fear and respect. So, the exhibition of miracles is like that khaki uniform. Without exhibiting the miracles, if you give speeches, nobody will listen. Nobody will listen. And if you exhibit miracles, even if you don't give speech, everybody will respect. So many miracles are shown by the incarnations of God Datta. Our recent, latest incarnation God, Sri Satya Sai Baba. How many miracles he has shown? You can see so many miracles in the YouTubes also. So how many miracles? Shirdi Sai Baba. Even the present running miracle is there. In Hindupur, Sri Satya Sai district, one small Shirdi Sai Baba statue, made of marble statue. Some very poor devotee, he purchased it in Shirdi and brought that and kept in his puja room. From the foot of that statue, water started flowing. From so many months it is flowing. Some gallons of water has come so far. So, present a running miracle. I also saw one video in the YouTube, one person from Godavari district. His father died, he went to Shivalayam and there he sat without taking food at the age of 6 or 7 years. Now he is about 30 to 40 years. Till now, not a drop of water and not a grain of food is taken by him. Scientists are sitting there in shifts continuously to watch whether he will take some food secretly. You know also that Mummadivara Balayogi, he also did not take, only on Shivaratri day, he takes one glass of milk. Actually it is locked by collector. And on Shivaratri day, collector comes and opens the lock. Yes? So many miracles. And one, you showed me some Baba, not Rakesh Baba, somebody who has not taken, Prahladji, not taking food and water. So, these miracles are very, very essential. Based on these miracles only, these temples are still existing. If miracles are absent, all the temples will be converted into malls in no time. Why do you make God public? You can worship in your houses. Let us convert this into mall. It will be useful to public. So, because of the presence of miracles, exhibited miracles, you can call the spiritual knowledge as spiritual science. Spiritual science means theory and practicals. Morning theory classes, evenings laboratory practicals. So, the spiritual knowledge today is standing on the miracles. Shirdi Sai Baba did several miracles. All of us know. So, daily so many miracles were done. So, and about Krishna, he did so many miracles. He is a source of miracles. The Putta, Mahimala Putta, miracles, abode of snakes. Every time he was performing miracles. Why he was performing miracles so much? And why Rama, the previous incarnation, did not perform any miracle? You may say that he touched the Ahalya stone. Stone became the Ahalya. It is not a correct information. In Valmiki Ramayana it is told that Gautama cursed his wife Ahalya to live like a stone, not a transformation of stone. You nirahara tapasvini, don't take food, be like a stone, not stone. Rama never did any miracle. And Krishna never, there was no day on which he did not perform the miracle. Two extremes. One is drought, another is flood. Karuvu, Varada. Two extremes. Extremes. Why this difference between Rama and Krishna? Rama is called as Adarsha Manushavatara. He wanted to be an example for human beings. Human being will not perform any miracle. So he should not perform any miracle. Without performing a miracle, he lived like an ordinary human being, an ideal human being. Not idle human being. Ideal. So he is called as Adarsha Manusha Avatara. He never expresses his divinity. Rama is told to be Incarnation, Purnavatara, Dvadasha Kalatmakaha Ramaha. He expressed 12 kalas only. Those 4 kalas belonging to miracles, those 4 kalas were completely hidden by him. He is called as Purnavatara because God lived in him from birth to death. Purna means whole life. He was God throughout the life. That is why he is called as Purnavatara. He did not express any power of miracle. Krishna is called as Leela Manushavatara. Leela means miracles. Leela means miracle. He, in human form, he did miracles. He wanted to show how God is. Rama wanted to show how an ideal human devotee should be. That's why he is called as Adarsha Manusha Avatara. Krishna wanted to show how God is present, how God behaves. So that is why Krishna did a lot of miracles. So many miracles he did. So Krishna, because he did so many miracles, and the highest miracle of him was showing Vishwarupa. He showed Vishwarupa in 3 contexts. One, in the court of Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra. He showed Vishwarupa to all the Kauravas. Second, to Arjuna in the war, Bhagavad Gita. Third time, he showed his Vishwarupa to sage Udanka. Then he was taking his sister Subhadra to the native house because Subhadra's son Abhimanyu died. When the son died, she should be taken to the parents' house. Puttinillu. Puttiti తీసుకుపోవాలి. That is a norm. So he was taking Subhadra to house, to Dwaraka. On the way, sunset happened. There is the ashram of Udanka, sage Udanka. He took a stay that night in his asylum, ashrama. Then they, after taking some food, etc., then Krishna and sage Udanka were sitting outside, just talking for some time. And after taking meals, some chit-chat. Then sage Udanka told Krishna, "You fellow, if you wanted, the war should have been stopped. After the war, 18 Akshahunis were killed, only 13 were left over after the war. If you wanted, you would have stopped the war. How much destruction took place?" Like that, sage Udanka started criticizing Krishna. Krishna kept silent. But then this sage Udanka, on talking and talking, he became very much inspired and emotional. He took water from his kamandalu and told, "I will give a curse to you." Then Krishna smiled. In Tikkana Mahabharatam, Telugu Mahabharatam, it is written, Itti alpatapambula kolupodune. Oh, mad fellow, mad child, what is your penance before me? Can your penance give curse to me? Do you have that much power? And then he showed the Vishwarupa to sage Vedanka. So, 3 times he had shown Vishwarupa. First Vishwarupa of Brahmadatta. Second Vishwarupa is of Vishnu Datta. And third Vishwarupa is Shiva Datta. Thrice. The number of God Datta is always 3. So, miracles one thing. And another thing is, why miracles? Veda says how to identify the human incarnation. Miracles belong to God Shiva. Ashta Vibhuti. Vibhuti is miracle. The meaning of the word Vibhuti is miracle. Vibhuti Jaya in Yoga Sutras. Vibhuti Yoga. Vibhuti means miracle. How to identify the human incarnation of God? By 3. First is the Lakshanam, the characteristic of God Brahma. God Brahma is the embodiment of knowledge. He wrote Vedas. And Saraswati is on his tongue. He preaches Vedic knowledge. He, God Krishna, gave Bhagavad Gita. Excellent spiritual knowledge. So that characteristic of God Brahma is there. He has exhibited. That characteristic of God Shiva, he has exhibited through miracles. And characteristic of Vishnu is love. Love to devotees. And his best devotees, highest devotees, unimaginable devotees are Gopikas. And for Gopikas, he created a new world above Brahmaloka. There are only 14 worlds. The highest world is Brahmaloka, abode of God. But he created a new world above Brahmaloka called as Goloka for the sake of Gopikas. That shows so that when Gopikas walk in Goloka, their feet dust will fall on him. So the second characteristic is of God Vishnu, that is love. Veda says, Raso Vaisaha, Rasaguhyevayam Labdha Anandi Bhavati. He is the embodiment of love. He is the embodiment of knowledge. That is characteristic of God Brahma. He is the embodiment of love. That is the characteristic of God Vishnu. And he does so many miracles. Every time he will be doing miracles. That is the characteristic of God Shiva. So by these 3 things, you can identify the human incarnation. Krishna did all these 3. All these 3 are fully expressed in Krishna. One thing I want to tell you here is, it does not mean that Krishna is great and other incarnations are not great. That is wrong. All incarnations are his incarnations only. The incarnations of God Datta. All incarnations possess Parabrahman, God Datta in them. So the possessed power is one and the same in all incarnations. In any statue, in any temple, every temple you should visit. Because in all statues, in all goddesses and gods, forms of gods, the same power is existing. Then where is the difference? The incarnations are differentiated into 5 types. Kalavatara, Amshavatara, Aveshavatara, Purnavatara and Paripurnavatara. Rama is Purnavatara, who expressed 12 kalas. Krishna is Paripurnavatara, because he expressed all the 16 kalas. But in any form of God, you have all the 16 kalas. Possessed power is same. Expressed power, based on the expressed power, this classification comes. He is great. Krishna is the greatest. Why? Because he expressed all the 16 kalas of the power. Rama also has the 16 kalas. If Rama wanted, he can also show Vishwarupa. But there was no necessity. The program of the incarnation did not require that necessity. And God will never exhibit his power unless there is a need. A demon always exhibits the power, even though he doesn't have power, by doing false magics. So many are doing false magics. Sarkar magics. Huh? So, he always hides his power. The real human incarnation of God hides his power. He never tries to project him. He doesn't want any praise from anybody. And Krishna has to do so many miracles he is doing. So everybody will praise him. So he exhibited certain negative qualities by dancing with gopikas and by stealing butter, etc., so that this attraction will be neutralized. So that the praise will not come so much. He does miracles, he did a lot of miracles, but he did several bad things. He stole butter, he was dancing with even married ladies. This is what actually Parikshit asked sage Shuka. Paradharabhimarshanam. How he danced with married ladies. This bloody Parikshit was saved by Krishna. When he was born as a dead baby. And God Krishna came, touched him with his foot, he became alive. And this fellow now, after getting life from the foot of Krishna, he questioned sage Shuka how he danced with married ladies. Paradharabhimarshanam. So, by doing this, why he did all these negative qualities? Of course, if you analyze, he did not do any negative qualities. He stole butter only to, you see, butter was their wealth. See, there are 3 worldly bonds, strongest worldly bonds. One is Dhaneshana, another is Dhareshana, another is Putreshana. Unless you are relieved from these 3 strongest worldly bonds, you cannot reach God. Unless you are relieved from the old institution, you cannot join the new institution. They will ask you your release certificate from the previous job. So this relief from the worldly bonds is called moksha. Moksha means liberation. People don't understand the meaning of the words. They think moksha means in cinemas, after getting salvation, the soul will be moving in a public garden, lot of cool breeze. Oh, nice. I want moksha, I want moksha. What is moksha? Moksha means you have to cut the bond with a spouse. You have to cut the bond with money. You have to cut the bond with your children. Will anybody ask for moksha? Since they don't know the meaning, moksha, I want moksha. From what? From these three worldly bonds. And today, you see any house, it contains only three bonds. Spouse bond, money bond, children bond. Even parents are not allowed to stay in the house. They are also thrown out. Only wife or husband, children, earning money for them. Even if there is 10 generations wealth, still he does corruption. So liberation from these three worldly bonds will make you eligible to reach God. So he stole butter from the houses of Gopikas. That butter was preserved for their children. Butter was their wealth. Their money is butter. This butter is preserved for their children. So here, the Putreshana and Dhaneshana are joined. Dhaneshana means earn wealth. For what? To give to your children. So both are joint test. Dhaneshana and Putreshana is joint test. So he did that test by stealing the butter from the houses of Gopikas. That is their wealth. They have preserved it to give to their children. It is a joint test of wealth and children. When God Krishna stole that butter, all the Gopikas went to his mother and complained. Your child is stealing our butter. We have kept for our children. He has a lot of butter in his house. He is doing the test of Dhaneshana and Putreshana joint test. Everybody failed because everybody went to Yashoda and complained. We don't understand this backside meaning. We say, he stole butter. That is Leela. Some Leela. Why he will do that Leela? There should be a lot of meaning behind the Leela. He stole the butter is their wealth, their dhanam, their money. They store it in pots so that they can give to their children. So when Krishna stole that butter, it is a test for joint bond test. When I studied pre-university course, I used to have, I had a paper. In one paper, physics and chemistry. Part A physics, part B chemistry. So it is a joint test of Dhaneshana and Putreshana. That is the meaning of that Navanita Chauryam, that stealing of butter. Now test for two bonds are over. Wealth, children. What is the third spouse? For the sake of spouse bond test, he danced. And in that, you see, in this joint test, all Gopikas failed. And most wonderful point is, every Gopika knows that he is God. Because who are Gopikas? Gopikas are sages. They did penance for millions of births. They know Krishna is God. But even God is defeated before the bond with the child. Putreshana is the strongest bond. It is present in Anahata Chakra here. Anahata means it is not beaten by anybody in the creation. That wealth is only to give to children. That butter is only to give to the children. So all Gopikas, in spite of knowing that Krishna is God, because Narada says in his Bhakti Sutram, Tatrapi na mahatmya vispurtyapavadaha. All Gopikas, due to their penance powers, because they were sages, they know that Krishna is God. And even they defeated God before their bond with children. And when he danced in Krishna Vrindavanam, all Gopikas went there and danced with him. That is the easiest test. All Gopikas passed in Vrindavanam spouse bond test, and all Gopikas failed in this joint bond test of children and wealth. Everybody passed. And Parikshit asked about the test in which all Gopikas passed. See, when the test examination, all candidates passed, will anybody protest? He should have protested about this test, joint test, in which all Gopikas failed. That is, he is a wonderful king. Huh? His intelligence can be understood unnecessarily. One sage was doing penance. One dead, he wanted water. He did not respond. He was immersed in his penance. He took a dead snake and put around his neck. Then his son gave curse. You will die within 7 days. That shows his intelligence. So, Krishna, whatever Krishna did, it has very deep meaning because he is exhibiting himself, all his divinity he is expressing completely. So that is why Krishna is called as Paripurna Tamavatara. In fact, not only Paripurna, it is Paripurna Tamavatara. Pari, one upasarga. Pari means complete. Purna means again complete, same meaning. Tama means again complete, same meaning. 3 superlatives are used. It is just like telling most powerful God. Pari means complete. Purna means complete. Tama means complete. It is actually told in Bhagavatam, Paripurna Tamas Sakshat Shri Kṛṣṇo Nanyayevahi. The 3 superlative degrees are used for Krishna in Bhagavatam. Why? Because his Leelas, which you think they are just a plays, childish plays, contain lot of spiritual background. Because the destruction of all these 3 worldly bonds, they are called as Eshanatrayam. The 3 Eshanas, the 3 strongest worldly bonds. He tested all those 3. So we are, in fact, from 5th year to 15th year, he conducted the test of this joint bond, stealing butter. In 10 years, all failed. Every year he conducted the same test. 10 years completely, March, September. All Gopikas failed in that joint test. But in 1 year, 15th, 16th to 18th, he conducted the 3rd test, spouse bond test, in Vrindavanam by dancing. Actually, 2 years, even 2 years. Even 1 year only he conducted the test. 2nd year, one Gopika called Chandralekha died. That is why 2nd year he dropped the Rasaleela. Rasaleela was conducted only for 1 year. And that 1 year itself all passed. Why again the test should be conducted? So much, lot of knowledge, lot of spiritual knowledge exists. Whatever Krishna did, lot of spiritual knowledge. Even though he is dancing with the Gopikas, very big sages were praying him in their hearts, were doing penance for him, for his grace. So that is why Krishna is called as Paripurnatama Avatara, because he exhibited all his divinity completely. Possessed power is same in Rama and Krishna and in any incarnation. Even Matsyavatara, Kurmavatara, any incarnation. Possessed power is 16 kalas. Exhibited power. Exhibited power is 16 kalas in Krishna, whereas 12 kalas in Rama. Then you may ask, why Rama, this person, why did he not exhibit the 4 kalas also and express his complete divinity? The nature of God is not to exhibit his power and become famous. Unless the program requires it, unless there is a perfect need, the power is not exhibited by God. Even if there is no need, demons they do penance and they also get some miraculous powers. Even if there is no need, they will be exhibiting the powers to become famous. You see, in fact, miracles are very dangerous, because miracles are actually meant for atheists. When the atheist sees the miracle, he will accept the existence of unimaginable God, because unimaginable event, miracle is taking place. The source of these unimaginable events, the unimaginable God must exist. Miracles are meant for atheists. But more than atheists, theists are after the miracles now. Because using the power of God, they want to solve their personal problems, family problems, to get one increment, to get promotion, like that. Theists are more after the miracles. And for theists, miracles are not necessary at all. So therefore, that is why not only possessed power is 16 kalas in Krishna, even the exhibited power is also 16 kalas. That is why he is called as Paripurnatama Avataraha. Okay?
Okay,
Swami.
Swami, okay, Swami.
Okay, you are satisfied with the answer?
Yes, sir. Yes, Swami.
Yes.
Thank you, Swami.
Okay. What is next question?
Swami, there is a question from online. Shall I read?
Yes.
The following question is from Boya Uday. He asked, Happy Shri Kṛṣṇa Janmāṣṭamī to all devotees and beloved Swami. Pada Namaskaram, Swami. Can you explain how peace is different from bliss? As you said, attainment of self gives peace and serving human incarnation gives bliss.
See, there are 3 words, or you can say even 4 words. Peace means 0. Happiness means +1, +2, +3, +20, +30, +40. These are called as happiness. Bliss means +100. Peace is 0. Now come to the negative side. -1, -2, -10, they are called as dukkha, miseries. And -100 is the torture that is experienced in the hell. Just like bliss is experienced in the divine plane, Torture is explained in the hell plane. So totally, Mahadukha, that is the misery experienced in the hell. Then less than Mahadukha, simply Dukha, that is from +1, +2, +3 like that. Then peace is 0. Then +1, +2, +3 like that, happiness. Then +100 is bliss. Bliss. So, bliss belongs to divine level. Bliss belongs to God. Whereas terrible torture belongs to the Satan. 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 Saturn is Shani. Saturn, Saturn means Shani. Satan, Satan under Satan. That is Satan. Saturn is a son of God Surya, and he is a Jnana Karaka. He gives you spiritual knowledge. So spelling there is a difference between Saturn and Saturn. Saturn is Shani Graha. Saturn is Satan. So these are the values of happiness and misery. Happiness to the infinite value is the divine bliss. God is said to be infinite ocean of bliss, and the torture given by Saturn, Satan, Saturn is the horrible torture given in the hell. Because if you follow Saturn, you will go to the horrible hell only. Not hells are also, there are 27 types of hells. The hell of the hell in which God Yamadharmaraja is the Lord is only just a small clinic. The other hells are there, Raurava, Maharaurava, like that. Those are headed by Kalabhairava. If the disease is not cured in clinic, he will be taken to super specialty hospital. There, terrible equipment is there. Horrible torture is given. Kalabhairava is said to be Yatana Pradaha. He gives Yatana. Yatana means after death, the pain. The body taken by the soul is also called as Yatana Shirira. So, they are just, you have given only 2 words, but I am giving 5 words. Mahadukha, in the ascending order. Mahadukha, Dukha, Shanti, Santosha, Ananda. 5. Santosha and Ananda are towards the positive side. Dukha and Mahadukha are to the Nivrutti side. At the center lies Shanti. Neither Dukha nor Santosha. Neutral. That is Shanti. That is 0. The people who follow the path of Shanti, they neither do good deeds nor do bad deeds. They will go to the Pitruloka, the world in which dead people live. Pitruloka. The people who do good works, they will go to the Santosha, that is heaven, Swarga. The people who worship God, they will go to Ananda, Brahmaloka. And the people who neither do good nor do bad, neutral, they go to Pitruloka. Pitruloka means neutral, neither bad nor good. Then those who do sins, they go to Naraka. Those who did terrible sins and cannot be rectified in Naraka, they go to Mahanaraka, like Raurava, Maharaurava, like that. That is Mahadukha. So these 5 terms you should understand, then only you will get the total picture. Okay?
Yes, Swami.
Then next. Next question.
Swami, I have one question, Swami. Swami, I have learned from your knowledge that human incarnation transfers suffering of his own devotees onto himself so that devotees can live a peaceful life. And also I learned that the maximum happiness limit of a human incarnation also is the same that of any ordinary human being. But when we see the number of devotees who get peace after human incarnation takes their suffering, it looks like human incarnation is transferring infinite amount of suffering. So that much of suffering, does it mean human incarnation has infinite capacity to bear that suffering, Swami?
Definitely. Because what is human incarnation? Human incarnation is not human being.
Yes, Swami.
The human being, in the human being, when God merges, that human being becomes human incarnation. Human incarnation is the electrified wire, the wire in which the current is flowing. Human being means simply wire in which current is not flowing. And the electrified wire can do so many miracles, moving the fan, glowing the light. It has miraculous powers. Divine powers are there with the human incarnation. So human incarnation has the capacity to undergo the punishment of the sin of his devotee. But there are 2 conditions. That devotee must be a deserving devotee. His devotion must be real devotion. Real devotion means loving God not for the sake of any benefit, without any selfish aspiration. If the true love is present on God, then that devotee is a deserving devotee. Such a deserving devotee, he takes the suffering from that devotee. That is why in Bible, in the first page itself, they write the God's name as Emmanuel. Emmanuel means he who came down to the earth to save his devotees, his deserving devotees. But what Christians propagate, God has already taken your sins. He has already suffered. So you are indebted to God. So you worship Jesus. This is commercial. Commercial. Because the word Emmanuel does not mean that God suffers the sins of all people. These priests, when they propagate Christianity, they say all sins are suffered by him. If all sins are suffered by him, what is the necessity of courts, police stations, and hells? And funny is, the same Christianity says liquid fire is present. I don't know for what purpose the liquid fire is burning. Because all the sins are taken by Jesus. Already he has suffered all your sins. There is no sin left over. These fellows should neither be punished on earth, because all sins are taken by Jesus. Court should not punish him. Okay, by ignorance, court is punishing. Right, okay. Then what is the necessity of the liquid fire? Simply in winter season to get some heat? We see in cinemas, a couple takes a room and sticks are there, fire will be burning or heat. So that is wrong. He certainly takes the punishments of his deserving devotees. That is one condition. Second condition is, he should have a hope that if I take this sin, this soul will turn to spiritual line and will proceed in the spiritual line. This punishment is disturbing this soul. So let me take that punishment, suffer, so that he can be turned into spiritual life. But what he is doing after taking this punishment, you please take the second punishment. Again he does sin. That is why the Christians have developed a wonderful policy. Confession. Night they do sin, morning they come and confess. Again that night they do sin, next day morning they confess. No. There are 3 steps. One is realization. Realization that he has done a sin. Next step is confession. Come to God and repent for the sin. Third step is non-repetition of the sin in the life. You should not repeat that sin again. If you do, the third step is very important. If third step is done by anybody, all his past sins are cancelled. What an advantage. If you do not repeat the sin in the life again, all sins are cancelled. Not like these confession means only repentance. They are repeating again in the night. Is it not? Morning time, during confession time, brother and sister. Night time, wife and husband. So that is not, by confession, by the second step itself, sin will not be cancelled by God. The third step is there, practical step. See, realization that you have done a sin is Jnana Yoga. Repentance about the sin is Bhakti Yoga. Non-repetition of the sin in your entire life is Karma Yoga. The fruit comes only after Karma Yoga, not after Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. You give lot of lectures like me. That is Jnana Yoga. Then what God gives boon, let your intelligence be more sharp. For theoretical worship, theoretical boons are given. That is what Krishna told in Gita. Ye yadhamam prapajyante tam tadhaiva bhajamyaham. If you come to me by bus, I will come by bus to you. If you come by train to me, I will come by train to you. So if he is worshipping God only through Jnana Yoga like me, he will bless, he will give theoretical boons only. Let your intelligence become more sharp. Let you understand the scriptures more deeply. 1 rupee bhi, he will not give even 1 rupee. Because that is practical boon. Then you sing songs. Oh, beautiful tone, songs. Then what boon he gives? Let your throat have more sweetness. You sing more beautifully. That boon he gives. Theoretical worship, theoretical boons. Practical worship, he gives practical boons. So, Karma Yoga is very important. Why I am telling this? Because realization is Jnana Yoga, Repentance or confession is bhakti yoga. Both these are theoretical only. Non-repetition of the sin is karma yoga, is practical. Then all your sins done previously will be cancelled. Jnana sarva karmani bhasmasat kurute Arjuna. Then only all the Vurjinam santarishyasi sarvam jnana pravedaiva Vurjinam santarishyasi. So that is karma yoga. Why I am telling you, what is the question? I forget the question.
Swami, human incarnation being able to suffer
Yes.
infinitely.
Yes, yes. I have answered, I think.
Yes, Swami.
Yes. Hmm. Hmm. Yes. Not one question. If you want, ask 2 questions. Mention question. Hmm. Hmm. Yes, yes.
God incarnates as Krishna, like the human incarnation, he expresses himself, the godly nature. But when he comes as a like Hanuman or Radha, it's the role is quite opposite. So there will be difference in the entertainment also, na Swami? Or is how God is entertained when he comes in the role of a devotee? That is the question, Swami.
See, that devotee role itself is, that role is of a devotee. When, even though he is God, when the role is devotee, he is also to give entertainment to God. God may be in him. Okay? But as per the role, suppose you see the producer and director of a cinema acts like a servant in a cinema. I have seen once a cinema in which Dasar Narayan Rao, the producer and director, he acts as a servant in the cinema. And J. Somayazulu acts as the owner. But evening, when the shooting is over, this Somayazulu has to go to the office of Dasar Narayan Rao to take the remuneration. Is it? So the role is important. You have to follow the role. Hanuman is Lord Shiva, Rudravatara. He can do, nothing can oppose him. He is the most powerful. But how much obedience he has shown to Rama? And Rama never exhibited any miracle. Hanuman exhibited so many miracles. Again, there the lesson is, divinity does not come simply by miracles. Divinity comes by knowledge. You may ask a question. Rama did not preach any knowledge to anybody. Rama practiced the knowledge. That is more than preaching. That is more than preaching. So therefore, the role is important. The role is very, very important. And when Rasaleela dance is going on, Radha, in fact, Radha is greater than Krishna. She analyzes. Radha is the incarnation of God Shiva. Because Radha is the incarnation of sage Durvasa. Durvasa is the incarnation of God Shiva. So Radha is Shiva. Shiva means the possessor of the power. Parvati is power. Shiva is the possessor of the power. So Radha being the incarnation of God Shiva, Radha is the possessor of the powers. And Radha is also the power of God Vishnu. She is called as Haladini Shakti. The power of the pleasure of Vishnu It is also power. Pleasure also is power. She is also the incarnation of power. She is the incarnation of power and she is the incarnation of the possessor of power. What about Krishna? He is the incarnation of God Vishnu. He is the incarnation of the possessor of the power, not the power. So that is why in North India, so many people, they worship Radha, even without Krishna. They say Radhe Radhe. They say Radhe Radhe. So Radha is the topmost incarnation. Topmost incarnation. She is the Adipara Shakti. She is greater than Sita, Rukmini, all, because they are only incarnations of power. Sita is the incarnation of Mahalakshmi. Mahalakshmi is the power of God Vishnu. Okay? So, what I am telling? Huh? That is your question. Huh? So here, Radha is the same incarnation of God, and that is why everywhere they put Radha Krishna, two statues, and everybody, you see, names also they put Radha Krishna Murti. Rukmini Krishna Murti, nobody puts. Satyabhama Krishna Murti, nobody puts. So, even though she is such a greatest Dasar Narayan Rao, even though Krishna is Jaya Somayadulu, but in this cinema shooting, Jaya Somayadulu is lying on a chair like this, and Dasar Narayan Rao is sitting like a servant there. Palir antaru. Several people misunderstand there. She was married to Ayana Ghosha in the very early age, childhood age. She loved Krishna. She loved Krishna from the birth itself. Even from the birth. Somehow, due to it's a child marriage, they cannot exhibit independence. So she was married to Ayana Ghosha. She did not touch Ayana Ghosha, and she did not allow Ayana Ghosha to touch her. Is she not Kanya, virgin? Simply by putting the Mangal Sutra, it can be taken out and thrown in a fraction of a second. And moreover, why Gopikas succeed? All Gopikas succeeded in spouse bond, Spouse bond is the weakest bond. Because there is a diverse facility in spouse bond. In no other bond, spouse diverse is there. Two brothers divorcing, father son divorcing, two sisters divorcing, nothing. That is the weakest bond. That is why all Gopikas failed in the first attempt. So, she married again Krishna, secretly of course, because in those days, even though child marriage, married is married. That rule was there, thumb rule. So, if she marries Krishna openly, there will be some opposition from society. And moreover, nobody knows. You see, this is actual truth, that she did not allow her husband to touch her, she did not touch. So she married Krishna secretly in Bhindira Vanam. That Brahma came as priest to perform that marriage. And that was Gandharva Vivaha, exchange of rings. Only ring is exchanged. So for Brahma there is no much strain. He did not recite several mantras and did not do several rituals. So that Brahma also was happy, very happy. So therefore, Radha, Hanuman, they are more powerful than their masters. They are more powerful. But they followed the manners of the role. Otherwise, in the cinema shooting itself, Dasa Narayana would have told, you bloody fellow, get out from the chair. I will sit on the chair, you sit on the floor. Somebody will sit also. Because evening he has to collect remuneration. So that is as per the roles. The cinema should go as per the roles. The cinema is the divine play played by gods, by forms of God, and climax devotees also. God and climax devotee will play drama, you know. So, in that divine play, the manners of the roles should be followed, whatever may be the actor. So that is why Radha always followed the role of a wife, and Krishna always followed the role of God, husband. Even though Hanuman is very powerful, more powerful than Rama, Hanuman followed the role of servant, and Rama followed the role of master. Dasa and Yajamana. Okay?
Namaskaram, Swami.
Ah.
I have one question, Swami. Swami, you
You
gave...
can ask 2 questions.
Okay, sir. Swami, you gave a lot of explanation about Madhura Bhakti, Swami, recently. So, Swami...
When you say Madhura Bhakti, I have to take water.
Swami, can you explain in a concise way what exactly happened between Krishna and Gopikas during Rasakeli?
See, in Rasakeli, I have already given lot of knowledge on that. So much knowledge I have given. See, God Brahma told that Krishna is the real celibate. Celibate means brahmachari. Krishna, who danced with Gopikas, who married 16,108 wives, says Narada asked God Brahma, who is the real brahmachari in this creation? God Brahma told, Krishna is the real brahmachari in this creation. Then Narada fainted, fell on the ground. Everybody will fall on the ground. Huh? Then, what is the explanation for that? It is the word given, told by God Brahma. Brahmavak, we say. Brahmavak will never fail, because his power is Goddess Saraswati. So the actual fact is hidden, because if the truth is opened, there will be some damage to the psychology of devotees. That is why it was hidden. But recently, due to some pressure, I have opened it. Otherwise, I would have not also opened it. See, when Rasakeli was going on, there were several gopikas who are moving like a circle. And Krishna multiplied himself into several forms, and those forms danced with gopikas. This is what gopikas thought. Krishna himself multiplied, and I am dancing with the real form of Krishna only. There is full satisfaction for the gopika, is it not? Like that, gopika is encouraged. God is dancing with me. Satisfaction will come, encouragement will come, love will increase on God. To reach God, bhakti is important. Bhakti is nothing but love. Actually, here the hidden secret is, but if that is true, if Krishna multiplied himself into real forms and danced with gopikas, it means Krishna has danced with gopikas. Real form means Krishna only. If he danced with gopikas, who are souls created by him, how he can be brahmachari? He cannot be brahmachari. Is it not? So here there is a divine secret, Devarahasya. Secret which should not be opened. If it is opened, the devotee will be damaged. The psychology of the devotee will be damaged. It is kept as secret. Now I have already opened. No, I can tell here also. Actually, Krishna as God has two types of powers. Ekoham bahusyam prajayeya. In Veda it is there. Let me multiply myself into several forms. And these forms, real forms, they are called as real forms. They became the leaders of various religions of the world. Even in Hinduism, there are several gods. Is it not? This is one type of power. That is to multiply himself into several real forms. Another power is Indro Maya Bhipururupa Iyate. By his Maya power, that is the power of illusion, he can create duplicate Krishnas. Duplicate Krishnas means they have his form. Duplicate, Xerox copy. Duplicate. Same form will be there. But God, real God is not in them. See, he created several human beings also by that power only. All are human beings. But God is not present in the human being. Okay? Just like he created human beings, he created some human beings here, and he saw that they possess his form, Rupam. Same form, look like Krishna. Look like Krishna. In fact, there is a saying, there are 7 people in the world who have same form. There is a saying, 7 people. So these are for illusory Krishnas. I use the word illusion, illusory. All this world is illusion only. Why illusion? Because it is inherently unreal. It is real due to the gifted reality from God. When real and unreal are mixed together, illusion will come. You have seen a rope and you are thinking it a serpent. That is illusion. In illusion, both unreal serpent and real rope are present. If you see only rope and identify it as rope, it is not illusion. If you see a serpent and identify it as serpent, it is not illusion. So this world creation is illusion because it is real due to the gifted reality of God, from God. It is unreal because it is inherently unreal. I give another example. You take mud pot. The mud is real. The shape of the pot is unreal. If I take my mud, can you take your shape? Shape of the pot? It is inherently unreal. And mud is real. Real and unreal are together. That is called illusion. That is called as mithya. Mithya does neither mean real nor mean unreal. It is both. Okay? So these Krishnas who are dancing with the Gopikas are not the real multiplied forms of Krishna. They are created forms by Krishna. Like other human beings. After all, who are Gopikas? They are also human beings. They are illusory human beings. These Krishnas are also illusory human beings. So that moving circle, illusory Krishnas and illusory Gopikas, represent the illusory world. Moving means changing. World also changes, Always change is there. And in the center, God Krishna is standing with Radha. Radha, who is Radha? Radha is the same Parabrahman. The same God, actor is God, signed in two roles. N.T. Ramarao acted as God Krishna, as Arjuna. That N.T. Ramarao is only one. Is it not? So that Parabrahman, unimaginable God, is the actor, and the two roles are Krishna and Radha. Krishna is the Sadguru, divine master, and Radha is in the role of devotee. Both roles are different. Is it not? If you scold Arjuna, you are scolding N.T. Ramarao only. If you are praising Krishna, you are praising N.T. Ramarao only. She became a female form and became wife of Krishna. Krishna is enjoying Radha, his wife. But Radha is his own form. His own form means he is enjoying himself. There is no dualism. There are no two. Even though Krishna and Arjuna, two roles are present in the cinema, actor is only one, NTR. Is it not? So, therefore, Krishna is not enjoying any Gopika who is soul. Krishna is enjoying Radha, means he is enjoying himself. So, he is a brahmachari. But Brahma's word is true. Then here, if this was kept a secret, actually it was Rasakedi, it is written as Angana Mangana Mantare Madhavo Madhavam Madhavam Chantare Nangana Ithama Kalpite Mandale Majhaga Sanjagau Venuna Devaki Nandana. One Gopika, another Gopika. In between two Gopikas, Krishna is there. One Krishna and another Krishna. Between two Krishnas, one Gopika is there. That is the circle moving. The central Krishna, along standing with Radha, represent God with his power. Standing means stable and no change, changeless. So changeless, stable God is at the center, and his created world, illusory world, is rotating around himself. This is explained by Krishna in his Bhagavad Gita itself. Ishvara sarva bhutanam Urdeshe Arjuna tishtati Brahmayan sarva bhutani yantra rudhani mayaya. Ishvara means God with power. Mayopadhir Ishvaraha. When the Maya Shakti is with God, prakatita, that is expressed. Power is expressed as Radha, such Krishna is called as Ishvara. If that Maya Shakti is within himself, not expressed, he is called as Brahman. That is the difference between Brahman and Ishvara. So here Ishvara represents Krishna with Radha. He has not told Brahma. He has not used the word Brahma. He used the word Ishvara. Ishvara sarvabhutanam. Sarvabhutanam means entire world. Hruddeshe Arjuna at the center. Tishtati is standing. In Sanskrit, the verb tishtati means, exact translation is tishtha, uttishta. Tishtati means standing. Brahmayan sarvabhutani yantra rudhani maya. He is rotating all the world around him. So, like this, here, the damage by revealing this secret is that Gopikas are devotees. They will think that we did not meet God. We met only human beings who are having the form of Krishna. Form of Krishna means that form is not transferred to Gopikas. If the form of Krishna is transferred to Gopikas, Krishna would have become formless. That illusory Krishna, that form, and this real Krishna, this form, both are similar. If there is similarity in form, the action of one form will not touch the another form. Because just now we heard that there are 7 human beings having same form. If illusory Krishna did something with Gopikas, it cannot touch the real Krishna. If it touches, then if there are 7 people having same form, if one does sin, all the other 6 must be affected. Isn't that? That form is not transferred. He created a form which is similar to this form. One part is created by potter. Another part he also created in the same form of that previous part. He did not take that form of the first part and put in the second part. So Krishna is untouched by the world. Human beings means world. Krishna is untouched by the world. Even though he is enjoying Radha, he is enjoying himself. Yastvatmaratireva syat atmatruptascha manavaha in Gita. Atmaratihi he told. Rati means sex. Atma means self. Sex with self. Sex with Radha is sex with self. Yastvatmaratireva syat atmatruptascha manavaha. That Gita shloka is also. So like that, the damage is only the devotees will feel discouraged. After all, so much we have sacrifice we have done. We did not meet God. Again, we met only the human beings. Already they are there with us. Why to leave one human being and go with another human being? Is it not? For the sake of God, the soul is leaving the spouse. For the sake of God, not for the sake of created illusory God. Is it not? That damage is there. But I am prepared to do that damage because Krishna is misunderstood due to this affair. He has no character. Huh? He is just a Laundia Baji. Like that. See, even other religions, when they criticize Hinduism, they point out at Krishna. Rama is there. They don't take the name of Rama. They take only the name of Krishna. Is it not? So the whole religion is blamed. So, and coming to the devotees, they need not be discouraged because same form created by God for this purpose only, their love on God can increase, they can reach God because these gopikas who danced with the illusory Krishnas reached Goloka. The goal is not disturbed. Goal is not disturbed. You are reaching the goal. God is helping the devotee to reach the goal. Okay? So this is the whole background of Rasakeli. Okay?
Swami, there is online questions.
Hmm.
Next question is from Dr. Murali Rangarajan. The question is like this. Pada Namaskaram Swami. Happy Kṛṣṇa Janmāṣṭamī to all devotees. Even though I have the desire to learn the divine knowledge and surrender myself completely to the human incarnation, I am so weak, foolish, deluded, and unable to do so. On the other hand, I sincerely yearn for my child to learn the divine knowledge and live a life of surrender to the human incarnation. What can I do as a parent? And is this Putreshana?
See, this question contains the whole spiritual knowledge. See, in our India, for a very long time, it is a very poor country. Whereas all the Western countries were very rich. In fact, Swami Vivekananda one day looked at the sky and wept, saying, why my country India, it has so much spiritual knowledge and so much devotion, but still it is poor. There is no bread to eat. This much spiritual knowledge, this much devotion is not in any other country. Why it is so? He questioned the God. The answer for his question I have given now is because God Datta is in me. He asked God Datta. So God Datta has to give the answers. So the answer is that there are 3 stages to reach God. Jnana Yoga, spiritual knowledge. Bhakti Yoga, theoretical devotion. Then Karma Yoga, practical devotion. Practical devotion contains Karma Sannyasa and Karma Phalatyaga. Karma Sannyasa means sacrifice of physical energy in the service of God. Karma Phalatyaga means sacrifice of fruit of work, that is money, in the work of God. And Karma Yoga will only give the fruit. Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga are only supporting parameters. I will give an example. Mango tree is there, mango plant is there. That is Karma Yoga. Mango plant only will give the fruit. And what is Jnana Yoga? Water. For the mango plant, water should be put. Otherwise it will die. So Jnana Yoga is necessary. Without Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga will die. And what is Bhakti Yoga? Bhakti Yoga is the fertilizer, manure. If you don't put manure to the mango plant, it will not grow into a tree to yield the fruit. Plant cannot give the fruit. So Bhakti is also necessary. But fruit comes only to the mango plant, not to the water and not to the manure. Moreover, this Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga are theoretical. Jnana Yoga relates to intelligence. Bhakti Yoga relates to mind. So, this Karma Yoga is called also as a practical devotion. Practical devotion, Karma Yoga, is the proof for the theoretical devotion. You say, Tvameva Mata Pita Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Huh? You praise, you sing songs. But you will not take 1 rupee from your pocket to spend for God. So what is the policy of God Krishna in Bhagavad Gita? If you do theoretical worship, I will give theoretical boons. If you do practical worship, I will give practical boons. In our India, always this is, I call it as spiritual economics. Sometime back I told spiritual science. This is spiritual economics. In our India, lot of greediness is present. If we believe human incarnation, if you prepare a sweet and give him naivedyam like this, he will eat. But if it is statue or photo, do like this and then eat it. Most convenient, no economics loss, is it not? So the mentality of our Indians is always for theoretical worship, so that they are very scholars in spiritual economics. Statues, photos, temples, go there, put namaskaram and come. And moreover, sometimes they may spend some 10 paisa for karpuram in temple. Why? Again, there is a doubt also in our people, but that doubt also is not scientifically correct, because our Indians accept Rama and Krishna as God. Is there any Indian who does not accept Rama and Krishna as God? Everybody accepts Rama and Krishna. That means they are accepting human incarnation. Ramayanam, Bharatam, Bhagavatam. They accept. Why they accept, you know now? They are past human incarnations. Now if I do sweet like this, they won't come and eat. They are also like statues and photos. Okay? They accept the concept of human incarnation, but they don't accept contemporary human incarnation. Human incarnation in this generation, no. Past, okay, I accept. But not now. So, what is the question? Who asked this question?
Swami, it is from Dr. Murali. He's asking.
Yes. So, human incarnation, contemporary human incarnation, cannot be accepted by our Indians. Whenever, you see, even the priests also poured ghee into this fire. How? The priest says, if you get some difficulty, Due to some sin, you have got this difficulty. That sin, to remove that sin, we must do some puja, worship. That puja I will do. You will give Guru Dakshina to me. So they say that your sin will be destroyed if you do puja. Automatically you will select me only. And if I do puja, you will get some Guru Dakshina. I will have my livelihood. Of course, that is also necessary. You should not die with hunger. But that is a wrong knowledge. Sin will not go by worship. Sin result is sin result. Merit result is merit result. You have done worship, you will go to heaven. But hell will not be cancelled. But what our priests say, your difficulty will be cancelled if you do the puja. Since you have done the puja, you will go to heaven. Enjoy the happiness there. Tirtham, tirtham, prasadam, prasadam. They cannot be mixed together. How this will go? Only by realization, repentance, and non-repetition. But if we propagate this policy, I cannot earn. If I propagate the wrong knowledge, that sin will go if you do puja. Puja means, you see, since I told you this advice freely, you will appoint me as a priest to do the puja and give me something. I can see, since these Brahmanas are doing such a sin in the spiritual line, you see the punishment given to them by God. In the entire country, you see any caste. Every caste has some property. Any fellow in any caste has some property. Brahmanas do not have any property. They always have to beg. Bhavati bhikshan dehi. Because of this sin, in spiritual thing, with God you should not do sin. You may do this trick in the society, do some business, you can earn. That is why you see the Vaishya community, they do lot of tricks in business with the people. But when it comes to God, they want to do anything. They will be very perfect. That is, they are always wealthy. So you should not do business with God. God is an exception. You must stand on truth. Especially, at least in presence of God. Okay. So, like this, why human incarnation is not big famous in India? See, in foreign, Jesus, they worship like anything, Christians. Jesus is human incarnation. Is it not? In foreign countries, they don't sing many songs like us. In fact, our songs are very sweet. When we hear their songs, we get vomiting. But they do not stress much on knowledge and singing, devotion. They stress on sacrifice to God. So, for practical devotion, practical result is given. The country is wealthy. Our people, all dirty ideas come before God only. They can't at least do business outside. They can't do, they don't have that talent. They have the talent to do business before God. That is why they are always poor. So, you should not play with God. God is very intelligent. You should not show your intelligence before God. So if anybody asks, if anybody is getting some difficulty, you should advise him. See, realize that you have done some sin. That is why you have got this punishment. You go to God and confess before Him. Express your repentance and do not repeat the sin. This is the advice that is to be given by the priest to the public. But what he is giving? He is giving a different way. You do sins, come and do worship. The sin will be cancelled. Wrong knowledge. You are propagating wrong knowledge for earning money. So, anyayena arjitam vittam sahamoram vinashyati. If you earn money in sinful way, it will come like engine. On the platform, several compartments will be standing. Previously, you have earned 100 rupees by justice, by justified ways. Now, by injustice, sinful way, you have earned 1 rupee. That 1 rupee is the engine, and these 100 rupees are the compartments standing on the platform. It will link, 101 will go. Not that sinful money goes. Sinful money goes along with the good money also, justified money also. No, not at all. If you force your son to become a devotee of God, that is not putreshana at all. Because finally you have surrendered. Unless you surrender it to God, you will not advise like that to your son. You have already surrendered it to God. When you have surrendered it to God, where is putreshana in you? Putreshana means you are surrendering to your son. You are licking his anus from the childhood. I don't mind to use such foul language. Always. Dhareshana, putreshana, dhaneshana. Dhaneshana is not really an ashana because if Dhara and Putra are absent, if awareness, alive items are absent, what is the use of Dhana? Inert. It is meant only for alive items. So everywhere, the husband is licking the anus of the wife, and the wife is licking the anus of the husband, and both of them are licking the anuses of children. These three are the Ashanatraya. And you are worshipping God only to save your family, to give more money to your family. Is it a true love? It is called as instrumental devotion. God is an instrument to earn money or to do welfare to the family. He should not be instrument, he should be the goal. The goal of your love should be God. How it is? Don't have any self-inspiration, aspiration from God. Whatever you do for God, do it without aspiring anything in return. Nishkama karma yoga. Karma means worship there. Because the word of yoga is associated. Karma means worldly work. Karma yoga means work of God. So, while doing God's work, while donating to God, don't aspire anything in return. That is true love. See, Karnappa has plucked his 2 eyes and gave to God Shiva. Did he aspire anything? Oh God, I am giving my 2 eyes. Immediately after this, you must return my eyes. He will become blind. He can't see the world. See, if eyes are lost, it is worse than death. Is it not? You can't see anything. He gave the two eyes to God without any aspiration from God in return. Now for that, the proof is, you are giving your errand wealth to your children without aspiring anything in return from them. See, in your old age, your son and daughter-in-law, they put your cot in the veranda, not inside the house. And you will say, hey, you fellow, you are coughing. We are disturbed. You sleep in the veranda. Now these parents, they scold the son. Dirty fellow, since your wife came, you are throwing us out. How much service we have done? All our earnings we have returned by will to you only. They scold these children, but they don't change the will, which is already written in their name. They scold. You dirty fellow, rascal, you have become servant of your wife. Like that scold. Next day morning, let them change the will which they have written in the name of their children. No, will is not changed. So, they have done service as well as sacrifice of wealth to their children without aspiring anything in return from them. So, you are doing this in the case of your children, but not in the case of God. I am also coughing. Don't say that you go to the veranda. So, okay, that question is answered. Any other question?
Okay, Swami.
Yes.
Shall I read next question, Swami?
Yes.
Okay, Swami. Next question is from Mr. Ganesh. The question is as follows, Swami. I was having a discussion with a colleague, and she said why God does not punish immediately when a soul commits sin. Even if the soul is punished, it does not know for what sin he or she is being punished. How can I correct myself when I don't know for what sin I am being punished? For example, if one has disease like leprosy or epilepsy, that soul should not know for what type of sin he or she is being punished. I could not explain properly this concept because I have not understood it properly. Please clarify my doubts, Swami.
Okay. When in Bombay, some railway blast was done, that fellow was inquired for how many years?
9 years.
9 years. Immediately, why they did not hang him? Even the bloody worldly court is taking so much time. What about the divine court? And in fact, the divine court has a very good purpose behind the delay. The purpose is, let me give some time so that he may realize his sin, repent, and does not repeat the sin. Reformation, if reformation comes to the sinner, there is no use of punishment. See, when a murderer is hanged to death, what is the intention behind it? The intention is, if we release him, if we allow him to come to the world without hanging, he may kill a second person. Suppose we are sure that this fellow will not commit a second murder. He completely realized he will not repeat the sin again in the future. There is no use of, you should not hang such person. If you hang such person, you are committing murder. So God gives time for the sinners to realize, repent, and do not repeat the sins again. If that realization comes, if the soul is reformed, then how this victim, how to do justice with the victim? Okay, he killed a person. By hanging him, will that killed person become alive? He will not be alive. And when that person is hanged, what is that you are getting benefit? No benefit. Nothing. So, your enemy is hanged by in the court. And you are not getting any compensation. Already we have caught the murderer, we are hanging him. Justice is done to you. What justice? What is the compensation, the real compensation? Simply your vengeance is satisfied. Psychological justice only, not practical justice. But in the case of God, when the victim, when the criminal is reformed, the victim will be heavily compensated by God. Which the court does not do. If your son is killed, God will give some half a dozen sons to you, which the court cannot give. So you are practically compensated, and the other form, that criminal is reformed. What is the loss to you? If he is hanged, will you get any benefit? If he is not hanged, is there loss to you? So administration of God, judicial administration of God is always perfectly correct. And another thing you asked is, suppose some punishment is given to somebody. To what type of sin he got punishment? You dirty fellow, why should you know? What is your role? Are you an officer over the judiciary system of God? I must know all the details of the case. Moreover, here, what I say is, he is punished for some sin. Now the advice to him is, don't do any type of sin. Suppose I tell what type of sin, he will not do that type of sin only. He will be doing other types of sins. If I hide that type of sin, then he doesn't know. Some sin I might have done. Now how to rectify myself? Let me not do any sin. Then I will not get any punishment. Is it not wonderful administration? So, okay?
Yes, Swami, yes.
Swami, consecutive question of this question, Swami. When sin is punished, then it is also told that the type of punishment we receive reflects the type of sin that we have done in the past.
Yes, correct. Because the phalanumeyaha prarambhaha samskaraha praktana iva. From the type of the punishment you can infer the type of the sin you have done. Suppose your son's marriage is disturbed. Suppose your son's marriage is disturbed and it failed. From that punishment, you can infer the sin. Perhaps I might have spoiled the marriage of somebody's son. It is inferred. The punishment, the nature of the punishment will be the nature of the sin. You are not getting any food, you are not digesting any food. That means for somebody you have spoiled his digestion by giving some medicine or by beating on his stomach. The nature of the sin can be easily inferred from the nature of the punishment. Phalanumeyaha prarambhaha. By phala, anumeyaha. You can infer. You can infer from the fruit, from the punishment, prarambha, samskara, prarthana. That samskara, what type of samskara? That nature of the sin you have done in the beginning. This is later period, punishment. That is beginning stage. You can easily infer. And the best way is to think, due to some sin, I have got this punishment. I don't know what type of sin I have done. Hereafter, let me not do any sin. Suppose I don't do this type of sin and do other types of sins, other types of punishments will come. Is it good? Is it wise? So not to even infer the sin is better. I did some sin. I received the punishment. So let me not do any sin. I will not receive any punishment. How best it is? Total solution. Yes. Ah. Ah. Oh.
My question, Swami. Krishna hugged hot copper statues twice for each gopika as punishment. But
Repeat again.
Krishna hugged hot copper statues twice for gopikas.
Hugged?
Yeah.
Hugged in the hell.
Yeah, in the hell, sorry. In the hell. But there was only one real Krishna and others were illusory Krishnas. Why did Lord Krishna took punishment for all these illusory Krishnas?
Yes, because he arranged all this. These innocent, illusory Krishnas are doing the work by the direction of real Krishna only. Is it not? What these innocent, illusory Krishnas, did they themselves came? Is it not? That is one point. Another point is, actually, real Krishna hugged the red hot copper statue of the twice, that statue of Gopika, or as Gopika, the statue of Krishna, twice. The aim is not that it is sin. It is not sin at all. Because for the sake of God, you have to cut all the worldly bonds. In the worldly bonds, spouse bond is also a worldly bond. Is it not? So, she is cutting the spouse bond for the sake of God. That is nivrutti, spiritual life. In spiritual life, you have to vote for God even against justice. In worldly life, you have to vote for justice against injustice. But in the spiritual life, that is where God stands in the election. In pravritti, justice is one side, injustice is another side, election. They are standing in the election. You have to vote justice against injustice. In nivrutti, sometimes God stands against justice. Then you have to vote God and not the justice. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. For my sake, even you have to cross the justice. Gita last sloka. So that is not a sin at all. Then why he hugged twice the red hot copper statue? It is only to threaten the world so that they will not imitate this. Because world will imitate. Every fellow will say, I am Radha. I am Krishna, you are Radha. Cinema పాట కూడా ఉంది. రాధ నేనే రాధ నీవే కృష్ణుడ నేనే రమ్యమైన శారద రాత్రి. Everybody will sing. Everybody will exploit. See, let him dance with Radha. Let him dance, provided he can create his illusory form also. Let him create illusory. Even if he creates illusory form, for the sake of avoiding the exploitation by the public, he has to hug twice. Even if he creates. That is what Krishna did. Is it not? So, it is the purpose of that was not that because it is sin he has hugged the red hot copper statue. He hugged the red hot copper statue twice so that people will not imitate him and exploit the innocent public. To prevent that, even though it is not a sin, another example, Rama killed Vali from behind the tree. It is sin. It is a sin. No, I am telling, let me hear. you hear, you have patience. I have started first sentence. So, there, in the incarnation of Krishna, he took that punishment. You know that hunter will throw an arrow on his foot. Hunter. Why it is not a sin? Because Vali is a bad fellow. Vali made his brother Sugriva to leave the kingdom, and Vali forced his wife called Roma to stay with him as his wife. Of course, there is Devaranyaya in monkeys. According to that, when Vali went to fight with a demon, he told, if the blood comes, you close this hole of the hill and then go to the kingdom and rule the kingdom. That was his order. Based on the blood came and it was human blood, monkey blood. Smell was coming. As per the order of Vali, he closed the hole of the hill, went back, became king, ruled the kingdom. Now the Devaranyaya is in monkeys. If the brother dies, the brother's wife will become the wife of the other brother. Here, Vali died, he believed. If the blood comes out, you be assured that I was killed, you go back. And now according to Devaranyaya, the Vali's wife Tara became the wife of Sugriva. That was just right. But now he became angry, he came out, became angry, and he threw Sugriva, and took his wife as his wife by force. Sugriva was alive. Devaranyaya will not apply. Okay? And Vali has done so many, he is fighting with several good people also, because Vali has a boon. Whoever fights with him, half of his strength will come to him. So his strength plus half of the opponent's strength is greater than half x plus y is greater than half x. He will definitely defeat the opponent. With that pride, he did several sins. So he is a sinner. He should be punished. Because of this boon, even Rama cannot fight with Vali. Oh, Rama is God, why he cannot fight? God Brahma gave that boon. God Brahma is God Vishnu. God Vishnu is God Rama. He has to break his own word. Is it not? In spite of all this, it is not a sin to kill Vali from behind a tree. In fact, Rama replies in Valmiki Ramayanam, Rama replies, Vali asked this question. Rama says, suppose there is a tiger. A tiger is killing everybody in the village. Nobody can kill that tiger. Now that tiger is sleeping. A sleeping living being should not be killed. That is ethics. But in the case of this tiger, that should be violated. Because if it awakes, it will kill all. So similarly, in your case, because of that boon, I have killed you from behind the tree. He answered. Vali was also convinced and died before he left his life. But still, why he took the punishment in the incarnation of Krishna? So that people will not exploit. How? Suppose somebody is a powerful fellow. My enemy is very powerful and he is also good. I am also bad. But he harmed me because I did some mistake. Now I develop vengeance on him. I want to kill him. Now I tell, that fellow is a bad fellow. Since he is powerful, I cannot kill him by fighting in front of him. Since he is a bad fellow, he can be killed indirectly, like Rama killed Vali. So I will shoot him from the backside. Exploitation. Really, he is not only more powerful, really he is good. I am bad. But I will exploit this principle in my selfish way. To avoid that exploitation, Krishna took that punishment so that nobody will do such things. So, why I told all this? I forget a question. So, answer. Any other question?
Yes, Swami.
Yes.
Online, there is one question from series of questions from Mr. Avinash. I will ask those questions, Swami. Pada Namaskaram, Swami. I have questions on two topics. One is Tapas Shakti and the other is Astras. Now, two topics, Astras. So now, questions related to topic 1, Tapas Shakti. Swami, when reading Mahabharatam, it is often mentioned at different places about sages or rishis having Tapas Shakti and they either grant the boon or curse. My questions: what is Tapas Shakti? Why in the current day scenarios we don't see people with Tapas Shakti and even rarely hear about them? Does good people, devotees with the Tapas Shakti, could do miracles using this Tapas power? If they can do miracles using Tapas Shakti, then how to identify the good devotees with Tapas Shakti from miracles done by human incarnation?
What is the use of this question? See, a devotee and a sage. Good people having penance power and miraculous powers, a sage having miraculous power, a human incarnation having miraculous power, God having a miraculous power, all these belong to one part. Sorry, all these belong to one party only. Why should you distinguish? What is the necessity for your distinguishing inquiry? See, Narendra Modi is Prime Minister, Amit Shah is Home Minister, somebody is BJP Mandal President, somebody is BJC Karyakarta, worker. They all belong to BJP party only. What is the use for you to distinguish all these people in the same party? And in all these people, when a miracle is exhibited, the miraculous power belongs only to God. If human incarnation exhibits a miracle, human incarnation is a two-component single-phase system of God component and human being component. Human being component cannot do any miracle. It is the only God component in the human incarnation does the miracle. So even some demon may do miracle. How he is doing miracle? He is not doing the miracle. The power of God given to him is doing that miracle. So the miracle has always its source God. The source is only God. But there should be some medium. For electricity, wire is the medium. That medium is this body. So therefore, miracle is always done by God. All others are only media. The same current may flow in copper wire, it may flow in steel wire, it may flow in aluminum wire, it may flow in some other silver wire. All these are good conductors of electricity. Why should you worry about the distinction between the wires? Because the light is glowing by current only. The current can flow through golden medium, silver medium, steel medium, aluminum medium, copper medium. Why should you worry about the media? And a human being cannot do miracle because he is a non-conductor of electricity. He is a plastic wire. So current does not flow in him. So you mentioned human incarnation, sage, good devotee. All these are golden wire, silver wire, copper wire, steel wire. Good conductors of electricity. Why should you bother about the names of the conductors? When in any conductor, the electricity alone is doing the miracle. That glowing of light is a miracle. Let us assume. That is done by the current. Direct relationship between the miracle and God. All others are only media. Whether this light is glowing by the current flown through aluminum wire or silver wire or copper, what is the use of this? What is the use of this question? Current can flow through any good conductor of electricity. Current cannot flow through any non-conductor of electricity. But classification is over. Among the conductors, is it golden wire? Is it silver wire? Is it copper wire? What is the use of it? Some good conductor of electricity. Current is flowing, light is glowing. But simplify. Okay?
Yes, Swami, yes. Shall I ask his second topic question, Swami?
Here somebody is asking question. Wait for
Oh.
some time.
Okay, Swami.
పాద నమస్కారం స్వామి, సుధారాణి స్వామి. తెలుగులో అడుగుతాను స్వామి. తెలుగులో అడుగుతాను స్వామి. శ్రీకృష్ణ రాసక్రీడకు సంబంధించి 2 సార్లు నరకంలో పనిష్మెంట్ తీసుకున్నారని చెప్పారు కదా. ఒకటి గోపిక తరఫు నుంచి, ఒకటి కృష్ణుడి తరఫు నుంచి. ఎందుకంటే కలియుగంలో ఉండే ప్రజలందరి తత్వాన్ని బట్టి. అయితే అన్ఇమాజినబుల్ గాడ్కి అన్ఇమాజినబుల్ సొల్యూషన్స్ కూడా చాలా ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి, ఒకవేళ ఈ రాసక్రీడని ఎంకరేజ్ చేయకుండా ఉండుంటే కృష్ణుడు కూడా 2 సార్లు పనిష్మెంట్ తీసుకోకుండా ఉంటుంది. ప్లస్ ఇప్పుడు వీళ్ళు అలాంటి అనైతికమైనటువంటి సంబంధాలలో కూడా ఇరుక్కోకుండా ఉండేవాళ్ళు. ప్లస్ కృష్ణుని కూడా ఇతర మతాల వాళ్ళు మాక్ చేసి ఉండకపోయేవాళ్ళు. అన్నింటికి సొల్యూషన్ ఉండేది కదా స్వామి. గాడ్ హ్యాస్ ఎవ్రీ పవర్.
You see, you are controlling the spiritual line by worldly ethics line. If I will translate the question asked in Telugu for the sake of others. She is asking, why Krishna did this Rasakeli unnecessarily? He could have avoided this Rasakeli, and due to this Rasakeli, in order to control the public from imitation and exploitation, he has hugged the statue twice, red heart statue twice in the hell. We are very much pained because he is hugging a statue twice. Instead of this Rasakeli could be completely avoided, or it could have been done in some other unimaginable way. Like that she asked a question. Now what I replied is, don't try to control the spiritual field by ethics of pravrutti, worldly life. Ethics of pravrutti or worldly life is that the female should be loyal to her husband and should lead family life with her husband. That is pravrutti, that is the justice. This Gopika leaving her husband, running for Krishna to Vrindavanam, is it not anaitikam? She actually used this word. Anaitikam means sin. Is it not a sin? Now the answer is, if Gopika ran to another human being who may be more beautiful than her husband, attracted by the beauty of that another human being, if this Gopika left her husband and ran for that another more beautiful human being, it should have been a sin. Definitely it is a sin. It is anaitikam. It is injustice. Because leaving husband and going with another human being, that all comes under pravrutti only. Nivrutti is not there. God is not involved in this case. God is not there. The Gopika left her husband for the sake of God and not for the sake of another human being. If she has left her husband for the sake of another human being, that is dushpravrutti. That leads the soul to hell, even special hells. But here already we told this is nivrutti. In nivrutti you have to vote God even against justice. Why? Why this rule is put? Unnecessarily, Dadagiri rule. That question should come, is it not? This is not a Dadagiri rule. We have told that in order to reach God, all the worldly bonds must be broken. Especially the strongest worldly bonds must be broken. What are the 3 strongest worldly bonds? Bond with spouse, husband, bond with child, bond with money. These three have to be broken for the sake of God. And God also conducted a test for the spouse bond by dancing in Vrindavanam. You may say that, except the spouse bond, I will break all other worldly bonds. I can't break the bond with spouse. It is anaithikam. It is unjust. No, you have to break that bond also. All the worldly bonds means all the worldly bonds. There can't be exception. There can't be exception. Sir, I have relieved myself. I got relief certificate from all the departments in the previous institution, except from library. So allow me to join your institution. No, you are not. Get the relief certificate from library also. It is also a bond. It is also a bond. If you are relieved from 99 bonds and not relieved from one bond, it is not complete salvation. The word salvation itself means liberation from all the worldly bonds. At least, see, these three bonds represent all the other 100 bonds. They are called the asanas. If these three are defeated, all the other bonds are also defeated. If three strongest people are defeated by you in a village, all the other people are defeated by you. So, liberation from the three strongest worldly bonds, asana trayam, is very essential for Sahijam, to join with God. Sahijam means to join with God. Liberation from the worldly bonds is salvation. Salvation is a prerequisite for the Sahijam. Another point also I am telling. Suppose, actually God doesn't tell this. What God is telling is, you get a Sahijam with me. You merge with me. You become my devotee. All the worldly bonds themselves will be dropped. Spontaneously they are dropped. ఏదైతే ఏ రాయి అయితే పళ్ళు కొట్టుకోవటానికి. And another stone also I am suggesting. Death will break all the worldly bonds, including this spouse bond. This is not a permanent bond. The bond with God is permanent. So in so many angles, spouse bond is also a bond. That should be also broken. You know the story of Dhanurdas, Ramanujacharya, his two wives with umbrella. That cinema also, you must have Annamaya cinema. You put umbrella, seeing eyes, the most beautiful eyes. God is nothing. Even Ramanujacharya, he doesn't care. Then Ramanujacharya take him to the statue, and God opens his eyes. Seeing the beauty of eyes of God, he just so whether you leave the worldly bonds before and join the God, like relieving from the old institution and joining in the new institution with your relief certificate, actually this is not suggested by God. And God also never said, you become my devotee. This fellow, this soul, has developed an interest in God and is becoming the devotee. God never invented nivritti. His ultimate aspiration is that pravritti. Pravritti is mandatory. Nivritti is optional. God never asked that you become my devotee. You leave the worldly bonds. Never asked. His ultimate aspiration from a soul is, you follow the pravritti. You follow the justice. Reject the injustice. But there God stopped everything. These fellows devotees, sages, they invented nivritti. They become devotees of God. And when they become devotees of God, due to the greatness of God, due to the sweetness of God, the worldly bonds are dropped by themselves. God has no role in the nivritti. It is you who has invented God, that nivritti field. His ultimate expectation is only pravritti. Don't do injustice to your co-human beings. Follow justice. Live peacefully in this world. Don't disturb the peace of the society. That is the ultimate. He never asked more than that. But these devotees found, discovered the extra field called nivritti. Because God never, He doesn't like to project Himself. Even if He comes as human incarnation here, He tries to hide Himself. He never projects Himself. He never asked nivritti. It is your extra. God never asked. You have developed nivritti. And you will say, if I become your devotee, all the worldly bonds are dropped. You are responsible for that. Is He responsible? By drinking divine nectar, you will not drink coffee. Or you will not drink any worldly drink. They are spontaneously dropped. Will you scold divine nectar? You dirty fellow. Because of drinking you, I have dropped all the worldly drinks. You have taken a knife and you have cut my bonds with all the worldly drinks. Did you take a knife and cut bonds? Huh? I heard one devotee, Ajay, Vijayawada Ajay, his elder brother's wife. Ajay's wife Lakshmi told that, where are you going? We are going to God Datta's temple. Then what she told, Ammo, Dattuda, కాపరాలు గుంచేస్తాడు నేను రాను. You are going to God Datta's temple. He will destroy all our family bonds. I will not come to his temple. Datta has no other work except to cutting the bonds, your bonds. Dattam Chinnam. That is not due to God Datta's will. It is because of His greatness, because of His taste. He tastes so much like divine nectar. You are reluctant to drink any other, entertain any other worldly bond. For that, what is His fault? Did He will? Did He ask you to come to Him and taste Him? And in fact, if you want to try to meet Him, He appears in very violent forms, like a drunkard, like a mad fellow. Because He knows, if you taste Him, your family bonds will be dropped and you will blame Him. Because I tasted you, my family bonds were destroyed. Who asked you to taste me? He never asked. Moreover, to repel you far from Him, He appears in such violent forms, like a madman, like a drunkard. He appeared to even Adi Shankara in Kashi as a drunkard. Even then you are running after Him and tasting Him. and blaming my family bands are destroyed. Dattam Chenna. కొంచెం న్యాయం ఉందా? కొంచెం జస్టిస్, మినిమం జస్టిస్. ఓకే.
You told that breaking the spouse bond is also one of the 3 strongest worldly bonds to get salvation from God.
From God.
Sorry,
From worldly bond.
Okay. Yeah. So God could have conducted the spouse bond test, as in where he can ask all the devotees, including males and females, to leave their spouse bond for the sake of God's service or God's mission. Instead, in Brindavanam, it was conducted only for females, and that too to leave their husbands to have romance with or a dance with Krishna. So, how can we consider this discrepancy?
In fact, when Krishna was sitting on a tree and singing on his flute, these gopikas came to Krishna. And what Krishna replied, this is wrong. Go back to your homes. Otherwise you will go to hell. He told like that. And these sages, even in Rama Incarnation, they went to him and told, we will take female forms by our spiritual power, and we will hug you and kiss you. No, it is wrong. It is sin. He rejected. Even as in Kṛṣṇa Incarnation, he rejected them. He asked them to go back to your houses. This is sin. If you do this sin, you will have to embrace red hot copper statue. Because you want me, so my statue, red hot copper statue, you will have to embrace. He explained all these things. What they replied? If you don't dance with me, we will jump into Yamuna river and die. Commit suicide. This suicide threat was also given by 16,000 daughters of kings, where Krishna killed Narakasura. Here, sages, they only requested him for a dance, not for actual sexual contact. But those 16,000 daughters of kings, they told, we will commit suicide if you don't marry us. Marriage means sexual relationship. They forced him for marriage. Here sages did not ask for any sexual relationship. They only asked for dance. And even for dance, he has created illusory Krishnas. And for those 16,000 daughters of kings, also he created illusory Krishnas. Illusory Krishnas only married them. He never met sexually with anybody except Rukmini and Radha. Because Rukmini is the incarnation of his power, Mahalakshmi. Rukmini. And Krishna is the incarnation of God Vishnu. So possessor of power, enjoying his own power. There is no dualism. Radha also is the incarnation of the power of God Vishnu, called Haladini Shakti. And in extra, she is also incarnation of God Shiva. So except Radha and Rukmini, he was never indulged in sex with any soul. And by uniting with Radha and Rukmini, his celibacy is not spoiled. His brahmacharyam was maintained. Because Radha and Rukmini are his powers only. They are not souls. They are incarnations like him. So his celibacy is not spoiled. Ekameva dvitiyam brahma. He enjoyed himself. What Adi Shankara did, he did not marry. What Swami Vivekananda did, he did not marry. What Ramakrishna Paramahamsa did, even if he married, he did not touch his wife. They were enjoying their self-bliss. Yastvatmaratirev syat atmatruptascha manavaha atmakrida atmaratihi. That is not homosexuality. Atmaratihi means bad meaning also can be interpreted. Atmaratihi means he himself is infinite ocean of bliss. So he is enjoying himself. He is deriving the bliss from himself. I am telling all these things clearly because our people are masters of misinterpretations. In fact, one devotee asked me like that. So, any more questions? Mentioned.
Swami, this is in continuation to what you just said, Swami, that about the self-pleasure. So when human being takes the self-pleasure from, masturbation or anything, it's considered sin, right? He's not, doing this activity with anyone else. Can that human being also be called as brahmachari if he's not indulging in sex with any other person? And
No. Because of the non-availability of the spouse, he is doing that. The desire is there. It could not be fulfilled. He cannot be treated as celibate. Adi Shankara can be treated as celibate. Even Krishna can be treated as celibate. Even Rama can be treated as celibate. But not that fellow. Yes.
Swami, Mr. Avinash has some pending questions, Swami. It is about the topic Astras. Swami, during the great Dharma war of Kurukshetra, Astras was released by Arjuna and others as well. What are Astras and how are these different from the normal skill of archery? In the current day scenarios, the weapons are not in the form of Astras. Why is that? This question is also...
Yes, because Astra means the weapon that is used by a mantra. Agneyastram, Varunastram, Brahmastram, Vaishnavastram, Pashupatastram, Sammohanastram. These are used through mantras, through some hymns, Vedic hymns. The other physical weapons are only shastras, like sword, arrow. All these are called as shastras. Shastras are physical weapons, and astras are the supernatural weapons, supernatural powers. Like Agneastra. He takes the arrow and utters the mantra of Agni. That will go and burn. That requires supernatural power, miraculous power. In the previous generations, the stage of people was very high because Dharma has not fallen like Kali in this Kali age. So they could learn those astras and the astras could function. Now in Kali Yuga, such a power of, you see, the dharma has fallen. And even with shastras, they are going to destroy each other. If astras are there, they will destroy the whole world. Even in shastras, they have gone to the level of astras, like atom bomb, hydrogen bomb, nuclear weapons. They are almost like astras. And why again astras? Already these are sufficient to destroy the world. So power should be with a person who can control that. Control is very important. Ashwathama used Brahmastram. He doesn't know the control. Arjuna also used Brahmastram, but he knows the control. That is why Ashwathama's Brahmastram went and spoiled the pregnancy of Uttara. Parikshit. So therefore, why they are not present? God doesn't want them to be present in Kali Yuga. It is the will of God. Okay?
Yes, Swami. Swami, it is already almost 6:15 p.m.
Any question?
Jai Guru Datta Swami. Namaskar to you. Jai Gurudev Datta, Jai Gurudev Datta, Sri Gurudev Datta. Swami, can you allow me to put my some question in front of you?
Yes.
Swamiji, I am suffering from paralysis from last 3 years, but 90% is my diseases were complete, get cured. But only that 10% is that I am suffering from the right side. Hand is very stiff and unable to walk properly. I request the God Datta to you, kindly bless me to get resolve my problem at the earliest. Thank you, madam. Thank you, sir.
What is your name?
My name is Damodar Ganeshari.
By what name people call you?
Damodar.
Damodar.
Yeah.
I will tell you a mantra, you recite that mantra. Shri Anjaneya, Shri Subramanya. Tell me. Shri Anjaneya,
Shri Anjaneya,
Shri Subramanya.
Shri Subramanya.
You utter this mantra every day, you will be relieved.
No. Swamiji, I'm beside that daily I'm chatting with Digambara, Sipa, Digambara.
So that is for salvation. Datta is for salvation. And Hanuman and Subramanya, these are for the worldly problems. And Hanuman and Subramanya are also incarnations of God Datta.
I have to chant daily Jaya Hanuman and Subramanya.
Yes, you remember Hanuman and Subramanya. Your disease will be cured.
How many days I have to?
Till it is cured.
No, somebody.
It is good. You see, even if you recite that throughout your life, it will do good for you.
No, somebody puts that 41 days like that, no, madam?
Not like that. You continue that mantra throughout your life. That will protect you from several diseases, from several illnesses. It will give good health to you.
Jai Guru Datta Swami.
Okay. Yes, again, any question?
Yes, Swami, online some questions are there. Okay. Next question is from Mr. Sri Hari. What is the role of Ajnana in the spiritual path?
Ajnana.
Yes, Swami.
See, Ajnana plays a very important role. When God comes down in the human form to entertain himself on the earth, he covers himself with ignorance called Ajnana, ignorance of self. He forgets himself and gets entertained with this world. So, knowledge of self-awareness and ignorance of self-awareness, both are used as instruments by God in human incarnation. While entertaining, he must feel that the items in this world are real. Then only he can get the real entertainment. Otherwise, if you imagine in your brain some public park and you imagine that you are moving in that public park, such entertainment will not be full entertainment, not real entertainment. If you really go to the public park and wander in it, then only you will get the real entertainment. So similarly, when God forgets himself, the world becomes real. So ignorance is necessary for him to enjoy the world. If he gets self-awareness, this world looks like as his imagination. He can't get the entertainment fully. And sometimes he gets self-awareness also. He removes his ignorance when there is a necessity. Then he has to do some miracle. Covered by ignorance, he can't do that miracle. Because he forgets himself. His power also will not come to him. When he wants to do miracle, like Krishna showing the Vishwarupa, then he remembers himself. He removes all the ignorance. Then he will show the Vishwarupa. So like this, when God comes as human incarnation on this earth, he uses both self-knowledge and self-awareness. Self-knowledge and self-ignorance. That is why in Veda it is told, Vidyacha avidyeti. Vidya and avidya. Vidya means knowledge, self-awareness. Avidya means self-ignorance. He invites both. He uses both. When he goes to the bazaar road in summer, he will wear black spectacles. Everything will look a shadow type. And if he wants to read a book with small letters, then he will put another spectacle. Or when he wants to see somebody clearly, he removes that black spectacle. So just like that, God uses both Vidya and Avidya during the entertainment because he has to follow the pravritti worldly life for the sake of entertainment, and he has to do some miracles wherever they are very much necessary to protect his devotees, to help his deserving devotees, so that if that help is done, he will turn to spiritual side. But unfortunately, that is not happening. If one desire is fulfilled, 100 desires are coming. Just like na kama kamabhoganam bhogena syamyati havisha krishnavatmeva bhugayeva bhivardhate. To the fire, if you add some ghee, the fire will take that ghee and be pacified, you expect. But with that ghee, the flames will be more up. So if one desire is fulfilled, 100 desires are coming. That is why I told you, actually miracles are needed for atheists. But miracles are now very much needed by theists. Why should you need a miracle? Miracle proves the existence of God. You are a theist. You already accepted the existence of God. Then you have to follow the procedure to reach God by Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Karma Yoga. What is the necessity for you about the miracles? Miracles are only for atheists. But theists are more interested in the miracles because they want to solve their personal worldly problems like increment, promotion, all these things. So, God is very much fearing to express miracles to thieves. Because they are spoiled by that. You see, as you fulfill your desires more and more, you are becoming more and more selfish. As you become more and more selfish, you are far and far from God. They are not helping your spiritual line. They are spoiling your spiritual line. So miracles are not good for spiritual people. For the souls who want to reach God through spiritual path, miracles are obstacles. As what our ancient scholars also say this. Don't fall in the chakra of miracles. They are not good. So who asked
Excellent,
the
sir.
question? Yes. I forget the question while answering. That is the problem.
Swami, the questioner is asking about Ajnana.
Ajnana, both Ajnana and Jnana, both are necessary for the God to entertain and to do some miracles for the sake of deserving devotees, so that if their difficulties are solved, they can turn to the spiritual life. If that hope is there, God will definitely do the miracle.
Swami,
But
in Veda also it was quoted that avidya murtyuntirtva vijaya amrutamashruti. It was quoted in Veda.
Avidya murtyuntirtva vijaya amrutamashruti. See here, avidya, ignorance. By ignorance, you avidya murtyuntirtva, you cross the death. That is what is told in Veda. The meaning of that statement is, there the word death means boredom. Ekaki naramate. God is alone. He got bored. He created this world. Sadvitiyam aichyat. Saidagam sarvam asurujata. He created this world. And seeing this world, he was entertained for some time. Then, a fellow who sees cinemas more, he tries to become an actor in that cinema. That desire comes. So this God wanted to enter into the world in the role of a hero. He is always hero. He will enter as a hero only. So, there he did the mistake. If he is aloof and seeing the world on the screen and entertain, that is sufficient. He would have been very happy. Since he entered into this world, these devotees have captured him and tortured him for that fundamental mistake. Tat sruštva tadeva pravishato. After creating this world, he entered this world, Veda says. So there, avidyaya murtyuntirtha means that boredom, by creating this world and putting self-ignorance on him and entering into the creation and getting entertainment, by that he has crossed the boredom. Boredom is told as mrityu, death. If you are alone, it is just like death. If you are bored, boredom is death.
Super.
There the death means boredom. Vijaya amrutam ashrunute. When he enters this world, covers himself with ignorance, in this entertainment, lot of misery may come. Then he doesn't want misery. He wants entertainment, means some happiness. Then he will remove the ignorance, get his self-awareness. All this world looks like imaginary world, not physical world. Amrutam ashrute. He gets himself. Amrutam means he himself, because he is immortal.
Excellent.
Amruta.
Excellent,
So
sir.
both he uses to remove the boredom, ignorance is used, and to remove misery in the entertainment, he uses self-awareness.
Knowledge.
Right.
Excellent, Swami. Beautiful explanation. Swami, excellently you given all the answers for all of us. Really, really beautiful and unimaginable answers that was given by you. Really, we are very, very thankful to you.
Okay. Any questions?
No questions. We'll proceed to
Bhakti.
No, Swami.
No questions?
No questions, Swami.
No question from
That
you
was the
also?
last question.
We are closing.
Yes, Swami. No questions, Swami.
Oh,
Swami, we shall start the bhajans.
Huh?
Bhajans, Swami.
Question, huh?
Bhajans, bhajans.
Bhajans, yes, yes.
Krishnaय vandanam. Shri Venugopal Krishnaय vandanam. Shri Venugopal Krishnaय vandanam. Shri Venugopal Krishnaय vandanam. Rishivaraणां मानसालोलहंसाय मकुटमायूरपिञ्चावतंसाय एकप्रहारेण विध्वस्तकंसाय श्रीवेणुगोपालकृष्णाय वन्दनम्। व्यत्यस्तविन्यस्तपादारविन्दाय मधुरामृतासारमुरलीनिनादाय ज्वल्यमानां शुपीताम्बराङ्गाय श्रीवेणुगोपालकृष्णाय वन्दनम्। आकर्णतेजस्विमीनाय दाक्षाय प्रत्यूषपद्मांशुनेत्रच्छदयुगाय कमललोचनकान्ति सम्मोहनास्त्राय
श्री वेणुगोपाल कृष्णाय वन्दनम् आमुक्त मुक्तावली जालहाराय गोपीदीक्षीर नवनीत चोराय वृन्दावने वल्लवी वृन्दजाराय श्री वेणुगोपाल कृष्णाय वन्दनम् सायन्तने वेणुवृन्दानुगमनाय मार्गमध्ये वल्लवी कुञ्चिताक्षाय राधा जगन्मायिनी मोहनाय श्री वेणुगोपाल कृष्णाय वन्दनम् कालीय फणिफणा संशोभनटनाय काञ्चीक्वणकिङ्किणी निस्वनाय गोवर्धनोद्धरणलीलास्मितास्याय श्री वेणुगोपाल कृष्णाय वन्दनम् कस्तूरिकातिलकरेखाललाटाय तुलसी स्रगामोदवक्षकवाटाय पार्थाय विश्वरूपालोलभेटाय श्री वेणुगोपाल कृष्णाय वन्दनम् श्री रुक्मिणी सत्यभामा समेताय गोपी सहस्रेण संवेष्टितांगाय रासे रसे सर्वदा सविनोदाय श्री वेणुगोपाल कृष्णाय वन्दनम् श्री वेणुगोपाल कृष्णाय वन्दनम् श्री वेणुगोपाल कृष्णाय वन्दनम्
గొల్లభామల గోల చేసిన గోపాలకుని కోటి లీలలు బృందావనిని చిందులేసిన మురళీధరుని తీపి పాటలు ఆహవంబున మోహనాశక పార్థసారథి తత్వబోధలు మాటి మాటికి గుర్తువచ్చను మధురాధిపతి మాటలన్నీయు పాటలన్నీయు ఆటలన్నీయు గోవర్ధనమును గోటనెత్తిన గోవిందుని చిన్ని నవ్వులు కాళియాహిని కాలదన్నిన గోపబాలుని తాండవంబులు నెమలిపించము కదలుచుండగా నీరజాక్షుని నర్తనంబులు మాటి మాటికి గుర్తువచ్చను మధురాధిపతి మాటలన్నీయు పాటలన్నీయు ఆటలన్నీయు పీతాంబరము తళుకులొలుకగా వాసుదేవుని నడక సొగసులు తులసిమాలలు తూలుచుండగా తోయజాక్షుని సంధి పలుకులు విశ్వరూపము ప్రదర్శించిన నారాయణుని అట్టహాసము మాటి మాటికి గుర్తువచ్చను మధురాధిపతి మాటలన్నీయు పాటలన్నీయు ఆటలన్నీయు పాంచజన్యము పూరించునెడ మధుసూదనుని ముగ్ధరూపము భీష్మశరముల గాయములొప్ప చక్రహస్తుని దూకు కోపము బృందావనిని రాధయేడ్వగా ద్వారకాపతి తీవ్రతాపము మాటి మాటికి గుర్తువచ్చను మధురాధిపతి మాటలన్నీయు పాటలన్నీయు ఆటలన్నీయు బృందావనము నందు నిలచిన సుందరాంగుని అందచందము సుమకరందము చిందులొందగా కుందరదనుని మందహాసము ఇందీవరద్రు ఆత్మమందిర మిందిరాపతి ఇందిందిరము మాటి మాటికి గుర్తువచ్చను మధురాధిపతి మాటలన్నీయు పాటలన్నీయు ఆటలన్నీయు తక్కువేమి మనకు శ్రీదత్తుడొక్కడుండు వరకు. సకలినే నరపతిగా చేసిన శ్రీపాదవల్లభ శ్రీకృపయుండగా తక్కువేమి మనకు శ్రీదత్తుడొక్కడుండు వరకు. శూలపాణి అయి దొంగల చంపిన శ్రీపాద శివుడు అండగనుండగా తక్కువేమి మనకు శ్రీదత్తుడొక్కడుండు వరకు. వట్టి గేదెను క్షీరదాయిగా చేసిన శ్రీనరహరి మనకుండగా తక్కువేమి మనకు శ్రీదత్తుడొక్కడుండు వరకు. పిడికెడి బియ్యము వేల భోజనముగా వండిన శ్రీ నరసింహుడుండగా తక్కువేమి మనకు శ్రీదత్తుడొక్కడుండు వరకు. తన మలమునే హేమముగా మార్చిన శ్రీమాణిక్య ప్రభువు మనకుండగా తక్కువేమి మనకు శ్రీదత్తుడొక్కడుండు వరకు. సటకాగొట్టుచు యమునే తరిమిన శ్రీ షిరిడి సాయి మన వెంటనుండగా తక్కువేమి మనకు శ్రీదత్తుడొక్కడుండు వరకు. వేలాది మహిమల చూపుచు బోధక శ్రీ సత్యసాయి మన చెంతనుండగా తక్కువేమి మనకు శ్రీదత్తుడొక్కడుండు వరకు. త్రిలోక దుర్లభ బ్రహ్మజ్ఞానదుడు శ్రీదత్త స్వామి మనతోనుండగా తక్కువేమి మనకు శ్రీదత్తుడొక్కడుండు వరకు. తక్కువేమి
ఉద్వేగరహిత సంతోషరహిత శాంతి సముద్ర శ్రీదత్త, శాంతి సముద్ర నిశ్చల నిర్మల తత్వజ్ఞాని నిర్వికార జగదంత సాక్షి యోగి రాజను పీఠాధీశ నవదూతాఖిల విషయ స్కంద. ఉద్వేగరహిత సంతోషరహిత శాంతి సముద్ర శ్రీదత్త, శాంతి సముద్ర శ్రీదత్త, శాంతి సముద్ర శ్రీదత్త. సాక్షాత్ చతుర్వేద సారస్వరూపం శ్రీరంధ్రరూపం శిరసా నమామి. స్వామి శ్వాసాకారం శ్రీరంధ్రరూపం శిరసా నమామి. కాలభైరవం ఖండాధికారం శ్రీదత్తదూతం శిరసా నమామి. కాశీపురక్షేత్ర పాలకదేవం శ్రీదత్తదూతం శిరసా నమామి. బిభ్రతం పాణినభ్యాం మార్జనీజాగ్నిప్రాగ్రగం శ్వేతం శ్వేతమారుహం కాలభైరవమాశ్రయే. నీలమేఘం ప్రతీకాశం భస్మహారం త్రిలోచనం కృష్ణాజినంచాక్షహారం కాలభైరవమాశ్రయే. వామాం సాగర్విభిక్షార్థ కాషాయాక్షుకవస్త్రిగం ముక్తకేశం మహావీరం కాలభైరవమాశ్రయే.
पर भक्तों के तुम हो उद्धारक, भक्तों के कष्टों के तुम हो निवारक, जीवों के भला तुम ही हो निपालक, जगत
गुरुदत्ता श्री दत्ता जय जय प्रभु दत्ता त्रिमूर्ति अवतारी साक्षात परब्रह्म श्री दत्ता स्वामी.
सृष्टि स्थिति लय
गुरुदत्ता श्री दत्ता जय जय प्रभु दत्ता त्रिमूर्ति अवतारी साक्षात परब्रह्म श्री दत्ता स्वामी.
त्रिभुवों के मालिक त्रिपुरों को धारण सभी सिखाए ज्ञान भक्ति प्रवर्तन तेरे रमण सदय निरंतर तुम्हारी सेवा ही मेरो सदभक्तन.
गुरुदत्ता श्री दत्ता जय जय प्रभु दत्ता त्रिमूर्ति अवतारी साक्षात परब्रह्म श्री दत्ता स्वामी.
वेदों के कर्ता तुम्हीं वेदों के रक्षक, तुमसे वेदों का अस्तित्व अवगत, वेदों के वचन हो तुमने ही सार्थक, तुम ही स्वामी है ये जीवन निरंतर.
गुरुदत्ता श्री दत्ता जय जय प्रभु दत्ता त्रिमूर्ति अवतारी साक्षात परब्रह्म श्री दत्ता स्वामी.
हमें स्वामी कहे मोक्ष करे, कृष्ण करे सारे अवगुण हमारे, जितनी भी चाहे हो इच्छा हमारी, फिर भी न छोड़ा हमें विघ्नहारी।
गुरुदत्ता श्री दत्ता जय जय प्रभु दत्ता, त्रिमूर्त्यवतारी साक्षात् परब्रह्म श्री दत्ता स्वामी।
अहम में डूबे हम मनुष्य सारे, करते तिरस्कार प्रभु का हमारे, प्रेम से प्रभु सहते आरोप सारे, फिर भी हमें स्वामी गले लगाए।
गुरुदत्ता श्री दत्ता जय जय प्रभु दत्ता, त्रिमूर्त्यवतारी साक्षात् परब्रह्म श्री दत्ता स्वामी।
अहम सोया बिन दत्ता को ध्यावे, अत्रि सोया वही मान होवे, अंत समय में जो दत्ता पुकारे, पुत्र समान दत्ता दौड़े आवे।
गुरुदत्ता श्री दत्ता जय जय प्रभु दत्ता, त्रिमूर्त्यवतारी साक्षात् परब्रह्म श्री दत्ता स्वामी।
छोड़े छूटे न जो बंधन संसारी, बंधन छोटे जो पकड़े प्रीत